In the ever-changing world around us, there exists a longing, an essential desire, often felt but rarely fully understood, for connection. It is not a fleeting desire, but a profound and enduring need, one that defines us as human beings. We are social creatures meant not only to exist side by side, but to relate to one another in deep, authentic ways. To bond is not a mere passing amusement, but the very foundation of a life well lived. The joy of connection, therefore, is not simply the presence of others, but the meaningful bonds we form that give our lives purpose, strength, and warmth. What is it that makes these bonds so vital? Why do we as individuals seek them so desperately? The answer lies in the essence of our nature. In every one of us is a silent yet constant craving for understanding, for acceptance, and for shared experience. It is through relationships that we discover not just who we are, but who we are meant to be. We see the reflection of our deepest selves in the eyes of another. We find solace, challenge, and inspiration in those who walk beside us. It is through connection that our lives become rich, meaningful, and full. But what does it take to create such meaningful bonds? The first, and perhaps most difficult, element is vulnerability. In a world that often encourages us to hide behind facades of strength and self-sufficiency, to truly connect with another requires a willingness to reveal our authentic selves, to expose our weaknesses, our fears, and our dreams, trusting that the other will receive us not with judgment, but with compassion. Vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but of courage. It is through the willingness to be vulnerable that the deepest connections are forged. It is not enough simply to exist together. True connection is born when we find common ground in purpose, in values, and in vision. There is a particular joy that arises when we share not just a physical space, but a mutual aim. The bond grows stronger when we are united by a cause greater than ourselves. Whether it is the raising of a family, the pursuit of knowledge, or the endeavor to make the world a better place, connection flourishes when we are bound by a shared mission. These common purposes breathe life into our relationships, and in their pursuit, we find both fulfillment and joy. But even when these bonds are formed, they must be nurtured. For connection is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. It is through daily acts of kindness, communication, and support that relationships deepen and flourish. We must listen attentively, speak with empathy, and offer our time and presence freely. In doing so, we ensure that the connections we forge do not merely exist but thrive. The value of relationships. Human beings are inherently social creatures. This is not simply a characteristic of human nature, but rather a defining aspect of our very existence. From the earliest days of our lives, we are immersed in relationships, first with our caregivers, then with family, friends, and eventually the broader community. This social fabric is not something superficial or optional, but rather an essential element of what makes us human. Relationships, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers, are crucial to our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. They give our lives meaning and purpose, serving as a foundation upon which we build our experiences and navigate the complexities of life. At the heart of these relationships lies a fundamental truth. We are not meant to live in isolation. There is an inescapable truth that human beings need one another. This is not to say that solitary pursuits have no value or that solitude is inherently harmful. Rather, it emphasizes the deep-seated need for connection. Even those who cherish their solitude Recognize that it is often in the context of relationships that we find our greatest joys, our deepest growth, and the most significant moments of fulfillment. It is through others that we come to understand ourselves and our place in the world. Relationships, both with those who love us and those with whom we may have disagreements, shape our values, our perspectives, and our identities. The value of relationships is immeasurable. They provide a sense of belonging that cannot be replicated by material possessions or solitary achievements. To belong is to be part of something larger than oneself, to know that one is not alone in the world. The presence of others in our lives, whether in times of joy or sorrow, helps to ground us and remind us that we are part of a shared human experience. This sense of belonging brings with it a sense of security, knowing that we are supported, understood, and cared for by others. It is this connection that often gives us the courage to face challenges, take risks, and pursue our dreams. Relationships provide us with the opportunity to grow. Human connection is not merely about mutual support, it is also a space in which we learn and develop as individuals. The interactions we have with others challenge us to confront our own beliefs, assumptions, and behaviors. They encourage us to see the world through different lenses and to expand our understanding of what is possible. In close relationships, we are often confronted with the need to compromise, to listen, and to adapt. These experiences cultivate virtues such as empathy, patience, and understanding, qualities that are essential for personal growth and meaningful interaction with the world around us. The value of relationships also extends beyond the emotional and intellectual benefits they provide. Numerous studies have shown that human connection is essential to our physical health. Strong social bonds are linked to lower levels of stress, improved immune function, and longer life expectancy. The simple act of being present for someone else, or knowing that someone is there for us, has a profound impact on our overall well-being. These connections offer emotional support that can buffer us against the negative effects of stress and adversity. Furthermore, being part of a community provides practical assistance when we are in need, whether that is help in times of illness, financial difficulty, or simply needing someone to talk to. In this way, relationships become a source of sustenance, not only emotionally and psychologically, but also physically. In the modern world, it is easy to overlook the value of relationships as we become increasingly preoccupied with personal achievement, technological advancement, and individual success. The digital age has brought many conveniences, but it has also created new challenges to genuine human connection. Social media, for example, while offering the illusion of connection, often leads to a sense of loneliness and isolation. The more we become disconnected from genuine face-to-face interaction, the more we may struggle to experience the true joy of human relationships. It is easy to mistake surface-level interactions for real connection, but the richness of human bonds lies in the depth and authenticity of our interactions, not the frequency or number of our acquaintances. Building meaningful relationships requires effort, intention, and vulnerability. It is not something that happens passively or without commitment. At the core of strong relationships is a mutual investment, an investment of time, trust, and emotional energy. To truly connect with another person, we must be willing to be vulnerable, to open ourselves to both the joys and the challenges of the relationship. It is through this mutual engagement that relationships evolve from mere acquaintanceships into meaningful bonds that nourish our souls and enrich our lives. The value of relationships is seen in the way they transform us. They shape our understanding of the world and give us the strength to navigate it. They provide the support we need in times of hardship and the joy we seek in moments of triumph. More than anything, relationships remind us that we are not alone. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our lives, and without them, our existence would be far less rich and fulfilling. It is through our connections with others that we discover the depths of who we are, and it is through others that we find our true purpose. The role of vulnerability. Vulnerability is often viewed with reluctance, even fear, yet it is one of the most powerful elements in building genuine, lasting connections with others. At its core, vulnerability involves exposing our authentic selves, our thoughts, emotions, fears, and desires. Without the protective shield of masks, facades, or pretenses, in a world that values strength, independence, and self-sufficiency, to be vulnerable can feel like a risk. Yet, it is precisely this openness that allows us to connect on a deeper level with others. Vulnerability is the gateway through which trust, intimacy, and meaningful relationships are cultivated. One of the reasons people hesitate to be vulnerable is the fear of being judged or rejected. We live in a society that often values perfection, achievement, and a polished exterior. In this environment, showing weakness or uncertainty can feel like an invitation for others to see us as inadequate or unworthy. However, the very act of opening up allows for the possibility of genuine connection. It is through sharing our vulnerabilities, our struggles, insecurities, and imperfections that we invite others to meet us in a place of authenticity. This mutual understanding creates the conditions for true empathy, where both parties can relate not just to each other's successes, but also to their failures and challenges. Vulnerability, when embraced, fosters deep emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy is the bedrock of all close relationships, whether with a partner, friend, or family member. It occurs when individuals are able to share their inner lives with one another, expressing their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. This intimacy is built on the foundation of trust. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we demonstrate trust in the other person, not only in their ability to accept us as we are, but also in their capacity to support us in our moments of vulnerability. This trust strengthens the bond between individuals, creating a safe space for both to grow and develop. In relationships, vulnerability is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. It requires ongoing effort to maintain openness and authenticity, especially in challenging moments. To remain vulnerable in difficult times is to show resilience and courage. It is easy to close off, retreat into our shells, or put up defenses when we face adversity. However, it is through vulnerability in these moments that relationships are truly tested and strengthened. It is when we share our struggles and allow others to support us that the true depth of connection is revealed. The courage to be vulnerable also allows for personal growth. By exposing ourselves to others, we are forced to confront our own vulnerabilities, the parts of ourselves that we may have hidden even from ourselves. This self-awareness is crucial for development and self-acceptance. When we allow others to witness our imperfections and flaws, we are giving them the opportunity to help us grow. Often, the support and feedback we receive in vulnerable moments can help us see ourselves more clearly, offering insights into our own strengths and weaknesses. Moreover, vulnerability allows for the possibility of learning from others. Through the lens of vulnerability, we create opportunities for dialogue, reflection, and shared experiences that deepen our understanding of the world and ourselves. Vulnerability fosters an environment of mutual care and support. When we are open about our own challenges, we invite others to do the same. This mutual exchange of vulnerability leads to a greater sense of shared humanity. It helps us recognize that we are not alone in our struggles. By sharing our fears and uncertainties, we normalize them, helping others feel less isolated in their own experiences. The act of being vulnerable thus creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to open up and share their own truths. This cycle of openness strengthens the bonds between people, creating a community where mutual support, compassion, and understanding thrive. Vulnerability also plays a crucial role in resolving conflicts within relationships. When disagreements or misunderstandings arise, it is often easy to retreat into defensiveness or to attack the other person in an attempt to protect ourselves. However, true resolution comes not through building walls, but through breaking them down. When we approach conflict with vulnerability, we are more likely to express our true feelings and needs. We are more likely to listen to the other person with an open heart and to communicate with empathy rather than defensiveness. In this way, vulnerability becomes a tool for healing and reconciliation, helping to restore connection even in times of tension. In romantic relationships, vulnerability is even more essential. Love cannot flourish in an environment of secrecy or emotional distance. It is through the act of being open and vulnerable with our partners that we invite true intimacy into our lives. The vulnerability to express our deepest desires, our fears about the future, and our unspoken longings creates the space for a bond that is both passionate and enduring. It is through this openness that couples can weather the challenges of life together, drawing strength from their shared vulnerability. In this way, vulnerability becomes not a weakness, but the foundation upon which love and connection are built. Vulnerability is what makes relationships real. It is easy to interact with others on a surface level, to present a curated version of ourselves that is devoid of complexity. But it is in the rawness of vulnerability that true connection occurs. It is through this openness that we are able to relate to others on a deep and meaningful level, creating bonds that are not based on appearances or expectations, but on the truth of who we are as individuals. In embracing vulnerability, we open the door to deeper connections, personal growth, and a richer, more fulfilling experience of life. The impact of shared purpose. The bonds that tie us to others are often strengthened not only by shared experiences or mutual affection, but by a common purpose. Purpose provides direction, meaning, and a sense of belonging. When two or more people come together with a shared vision or goal, the connection between them transcends ordinary interactions. It becomes something deeper, more significant, and more enduring. The idea of shared purpose is central to the creation of lasting and meaningful relationships, whether in personal friendships, family dynamics, or even professional settings. A shared purpose acts as both a glue that holds relationships together and a catalyst that propels them forward. The power of shared purpose lies in its ability to align individuals toward a common goal. It is this alignment that creates a sense of unity and teamwork. When people share the same values, aspirations, or ambitions, they become partners in a mutual endeavor. This partnership goes beyond simple cooperation. It fosters a sense of solidarity, where each person feels as though they are working not just for their own benefit, but for the benefit of a larger cause. Whether it's the desire to make a positive impact on the world, to raise a family with shared ideals, or to accomplish a collective goal in the workplace, the energy of a shared purpose propels individuals to work together harmoniously. This unified effort deepens the connection between people as they experience the journey of pursuing something greater than themselves. Shared purpose creates a sense of meaning in relationships. Humans are meaning-seeking creatures, constantly searching for significance in their lives. Relationships that are built around a shared sense of purpose provide individuals with a clear reason to connect and engage with one another. Without this purpose, relationships can sometimes feel directionless or stagnant. When individuals have a collective mission, however, they are more likely to invest in one another, to offer their time, energy, and resources. The purpose becomes the driving force behind their actions, creating a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that is not derived solely from individual accomplishments, but from the progress made as a group. The mutual satisfaction of achieving something together strengthens the bond between people as they recognize that their contributions are part of something bigger than themselves. A shared purpose also fosters a sense of accountability. When we are part of a group with a common objective, we become accountable not only to ourselves, but to others. We understand that our actions, or lack thereof, affect the group as a whole. This sense of responsibility encourages individuals to be more reliable, dependable, and engaged in the relationship. It also creates a sense of trust, as each person knows that others are committed to the same goal. Trust is an essential component of any meaningful relationship, and shared purpose amplifies this trust by providing a clear and tangible measure of mutual commitment. It is through working toward a common goal that people demonstrate their reliability and loyalty to one another. Shared purpose deepens empathy between individuals. When people are aligned with a shared vision, they are more likely to understand each other's perspectives, needs, and motivations. This shared understanding makes it easier to collaborate, to offer support, and to resolve conflicts. For instance, in a family, parents who share the same vision for their children's future are more likely to work together in harmony, even when challenges arise. In a workplace, colleagues who are united by a common goal are more likely to support one another, share ideas, and address challenges collectively. The shared purpose creates a platform for people to communicate openly and with empathy, as they understand that their individual actions are interconnected with the well-being of the group. The impact of shared purpose is also felt in how individuals handle adversity. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. It is during these difficult times that shared purpose becomes especially important. When people are united by a common goal, they are more resilient in the face of adversity. The knowledge that they are working towards something greater than their individual struggles provides motivation and strength. In challenging times, the shared purpose acts as a guiding light, offering clarity and direction when the path ahead seems unclear. This shared sense of determination helps individuals to persevere, to encourage one another, and to find creative solutions to problems. In this way, adversity becomes an opportunity for growth, rather than a cause for division or discouragement. In romantic relationships, shared purpose can be especially transformative. Couples who share a common vision for their lives, whether it be raising children, building a home, or pursuing a shared dream, experience a deeper level of connection. This alignment not only strengthens their emotional bond, but also helps them navigate the complexities of life together. In times of difficulty, the shared purpose becomes a reminder of why they are together and what they are striving to create. It provides a source of unity and resilience, allowing the couple to face challenges as a team. The power of shared purpose in romantic relationships is often seen in the way couples support one another through difficult circumstances, drawing strength from their collective vision for the future. The impact of shared purpose also extends to communities and larger groups. Whether it's a neighborhood, a religious group, or a social movement, a shared purpose unites individuals in a collective effort to bring about change or improve their environment. In these settings, shared purpose fosters a sense of belonging and solidarity. Individuals are no longer isolated in their individual pursuits, but are part of a larger collective that is working toward a common goal. The strength of the group comes from the alignment of its members' purposes, creating a sense of power and possibility that is difficult to achieve alone. This collective energy drives individuals to contribute, to collaborate, and to make a positive impact in ways that are impossible when working in isolation. In the professional realm, shared purpose is equally important. Teams and organizations that share a common mission are more likely to work efficiently, creatively, and cohesively. When employees or team members are aligned with the broader purpose of the organization, they are more likely to be motivated, engaged, and invested in the work. This sense of purpose drives performance, fosters collaboration, and creates a culture of shared success. Organizations with a clear sense of purpose often see higher levels of employee satisfaction, productivity, and innovation, as individuals feel a deep connection to the work they are doing and the impact they are having. The impact of shared purpose is transformative in every aspect of life. It strengthens relationships, fosters empathy, encourages resilience, and creates a sense of meaning that is vital to the human experience. Whether in personal, professional, or communal settings, shared purpose has the power to bring people together, create lasting bonds, and drive collective progress. When individuals unite around a common goal, they experience a deeper connection, not just to each other, but to something greater than themselves.